Welcome to Gun News Review. Pennsylvania officials have temporarily blocked Texas-based Defense Distributed from making downloadable plans available for people in that state for the so-called 3D guns. Attorney General Josh Shapiro said the company agreed to temporarily block Pennsylvania users after an emergency hearing Sunday in federal court in Philadelphia. Shapiro claims Defense Distributed was promising to distribute guns in Pennsylvania in what he called reckless disregard of the state laws that apply to gun sales and purchases. Pennsylvania Governor Tom Wolf said untraceable guns in the hands of unknown users is too daunting to stand by and not take action. Defense Distributed's Cody Wilson said on his Twitter page that he is now being sued by at least 21 state attorneys general. The ATF has released its latest gun trace data on guns recovered by law enforcement. The Bureau says that for 2017, the National Tracing Center traced more than 400,000 guns, an 11.3% increase from the previous year. California had the most firearms recovered and traced, 41,527. California was also the largest recovery state in 2016. The majority of the traces involved 9mm handguns. The top firearm types recovered were semi-auto pistols, followed by revolvers, rifles, and shotguns. The average age of the person who had a gun was 35. The Bureau says trace information provides valuable investigative leads and can link a suspect to a firearm in a criminal investigation. The Washington Secretary of State's office announced it has certified a ballot measure that would raise the minimum age to buy semi-automatic rifles to 21 from 18. The law would also require enhanced background checks and mandate that gun owners secure firearms kept in their homes. In a press release announcing that Initiative 1639 has qualified for the November ballot, Secretary of State Kim Wyman said she still had concerns about whether the format of the petitions was constitutional. But Wyman said enough signatures were valid in order to meet the constitutional requirements to make the ballot. You're listening to Gun News Review. Teens and young adults support gun regulation, but not necessarily the ban of all guns. That's according to a new study by University of Michigan researchers. Author Kendron Sonneville says that, like their adult counterparts, most youths are not asking to ban all guns or to repeal the Second Amendment. Instead, Sonneville says they support legislative action that they believe would make their country safer. In the study, 2/3 of the teens and young adults who responded were pro or conditionally pro having guns at home. 2/3 said gun control laws would decrease mass shootings, and 1/3 felt gun control laws would not be enough to impact mass shootings. Another new study from Northeastern University and Duke University has some gun owners asking, "Really?" The researchers determined that caliber of the gun had no systematic relationship with the number of wounds, the location of the wounds, the circumstances of the assault, or the victim's characteristics. The caliber was, however, the study says, related to whether the shooting would be fatal. Gunshot victims were nearly 5 times as likely to die when a large caliber gun was used versus a small caliber weapon. Similarly, victims were more than twice as likely to die if a medium caliber gun was used compared to a small caliber weapon. And gunmaker Sig Sauer announced it's received a $48 million contract from the Defense Department for the Suppressed Upper Receiver Group, or SURG, for M4A1 carbines. The deal comes under a 5-year indefinite delivery, indefinite quantity, firm fixed price contract. Most of the work will be performed in Newington, New Hampshire, and is expected to be completed by July 2023. SIG says that the SURG weapon system is an upgrade of the M4A1 lower receiver group for the U.S. Special Operations Command. You've been listening to Gun News Review, comprehensive and concise.